ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the XFL. Back in St. Louis!
I could not have said it better myself. After more than a 4-year hiatus, professional football is indeed back in St. Louis, and these fans ready to go. The local team paying homage to the Stanley Cup champions as the BattleHawks enter the arena in Blues garb. This is a progressive countdown to kickoff, and today from St. Louis, Missouri, the hometown St. Louis BattleHawks host the New York Guardians. Welcome Tom Hartwood, Joey Galloway. We've got Cole Kubelik and Molly McGrath down on the field. St. Louis will receive their heavy favorites in this game. 10.5 points the line, the largest line of this week in the XFL. Pair of 1-1 teams in this 10-game season. Every game feels like a playoff. And here in the Dome, it's a playoff atmosphere, Joey.
Yeah, if you've ever been to a playoff game in any sport, that is the feeling we have here in this building. These fans are excited.
Matthew McCrane out of Kansas State will kick off. Keith Mumphrey set to receive. Here in the XFL, the kicker is by his lonesome back at the 30-yard line. The coverage team lines up at the near side 35, the receiving team at the 30. Nobody can leave their spots among those 20 players with a toe on the line until the ball is caught or touches the turf. The home team gets to choose whether they want to receive or defer, and St. Louis being aggressive by putting their offense on the field to start this game. What a scene here in St. Louis. Keith Mumphrey from the 7. Finds a seam and he takes it out to the 28-yard line. Good field position for the St. Louis BattleHawks offense and some extracurriculars after the return. This is Jordan Ta'amu, who's leading the league in completion percentage at 78%. He's also proven to be the best dual threat quarterback through the first 2 weeks.
64 for St. Louis is reporting as Ellen.
25 lock. 25 lock.
Matt Jones in the backfield alongside tight end Marcus Lucas for Ta'amu. And the first play from scrimmage in football's return to St. Louis is a punishing run by Matt Jones. DeJuan Hines, the tackle. The head coach for the BattleHawks, Jonathan Hayes, longtime NFL tight end.
Even Buzz, VIP. Left trio, Iowa Even Buzz, VIP.
Hey, left trio. Yeah, 56.
Second and 5 with Jones next to Ta'amu.
Second set. On the Monday. 180. What's up?
Jones again. And the product of the University of Florida picks up a first down. Chuck Long is the offensive play caller for St. Louis.
Double right, B. V-fly, punch even, VIP glance. Double right, B. V-fly, punch even, VIP glance.
The glance is a post route. They're thinking go down. They got an early first down running the football. That's what their offense is built around. And now they'd like to take a shot downtown if Ta'amu sees it open.
180. What's up?
To Jones again. Big hole, and Matt Jones trying to grab the sideline. And a foot race to the 20. And he'll carry it inside the Guardians' red zone. Andrew Soro with the shove out of bounds. It's a 49-yard scamper.
This is why Chuck Long is so excited about his quarterback. It's a 2-deep high safety. He checks down to the run, which is the correct call. This is a physical football team. And if you play 2 deep high safeties, they will run it down your throat.
Big block by left guard Bruno Reagan, pulling around there with a kick out.
320-pounder out of Vanderbilt. Christine Michael now in a tailback. 3 snaps, 3 handoffs for Jordan Ta'amu. And they'll do it again. Straight ahead. A bruising run for a St. Louis touchdown. Christine Michael.
St. Louis is elected to go for a 2-point conversion.
Kristen Michael with the run for St. Louis. And the BattleHawks will go for 2 from the 5-yard line. In the XFL, your 3 choices: 1-point, 2-point, or 3-point conversions. The odds so far make the 1- and 2-point conversions equal through the first 2.5 weeks of play. Tamu going in zone. It is batted away. Great coverage on the back end by Drayvon Askew-Henry on LaDamian Washington.
I don't know that St. Louis could have started this game any better. Running the ball on the ground, New York clearly playing coverage, and they're just running down their throat. And these fans are excited. You start the game like that, it gets your fans back into this game. It keeps the building is electric, and now you have a New York offense taking the field that struggled last week. And not only are they now, having to correct the issues from last week, they're dealing with a crowd that is going nuts.
We welcome those of you who watch Cincinnati knock off Wichita State in college basketball. This is the XFL, and already St. Louis in their home debut has found the end zone. A 4-play, 72-yard drive, all 4 plays on the ground, and the BattleHawks have a 6-0 lead. They came in as 10.5-point favorites, largest line of the weekend in the XFL. Taylor Russolino kicks it off, and a run up to the 15-yard line for Justin Stockton. And he takes it out to the 30, loss of football. Guardians fell on it. A big break for New York. They can use all the breaks they can find. Tom Hart with Joey Galloway. The story last week in the XFL was the play.
Let's go one on. Okay, one on slot, East Pony.
The play of quarterback Matt McGloin. A good start to the season. They won against Tampa Bay. It was a meltdown last week against D.C.
Really was. And McGloin said himself, one of the worst things he's ever been a part of in football. He had a chance to correct that this week. He met with his team. He spoke to them, and we'll see if they're ready. Sounds like they're going to start with the run play to the right side. We'll see how it works out.
Tim Cook is his running back. Cook has a hole before being finally taken down. Dexter McCoy the tackle.
Hey, 1 week. 93, 91 week, 93 bursts.
93 sounds like quick game to me. They're going to try to get McGloin an early completion. Has been on the same page with the coverage in his receivers because they're all reading this route, and that's why this offense is difficult.
On 2nd and 11, McGloin hits it to the outside, and Colby Pearson picks up a first down. 1,529 days between professional football games here at the Dome, and the local fan base has responded in a big way. The Lower Bowl sold out here today. They've come with wings, they've come with gear, and they had plenty of time to get loose and ready for this game today. The hometown BattleHawks 10.5-point favorites coming in. McGloin takes a high snap, and Tim Cook finds 4 yards.
And as you have your chances to listen to this offense, when you hear 90s, you hear the 90s, that's quick game.
Gun 6 spread, A-Mo, West Zorro lock bubble.
G.A. Mangus, the OC.
Spread, A-Mo, West Zorro lock bubble.
A lot of options built into this offense for the receivers. Movement on the left side of the line.
78. False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
Brandon Cruz, our referee. Anthony Coyle, the left guard, out of Fordham move.
And this is part of the problem of this offense last week. They had these issues. Now they have a penalty set on the 2nd and long. They had a good run on first down, a 2nd and 5 or 6, which is perfect for an offense. Now it's 2nd and long. You have to dig into your playbook.
McGloin, all-time leading passer at Penn State, lets it go to the near side, and Justin Stockton is able to pick up 4 yards.
Gun trips left on the ball. Gun trips left. 63, double chip, book special.
Coach, the player communication.
Gun trips left. 63, double chip, book special.
It goes to the quarterback and all the skill position players. Might be tough to hear in this building.
4 down, 157.
Play clock at 3. Pressure coming. Over the middle, complete. Able to find his tight end, Jake Powell, who rumbles into BattleHawks territory.
I know it's early in the game, but I can't tell you how important that first down is for Matt McGloin, for this offense to keep things rolling. Their offense trying to build confidence right now, coming off of a terrible game last week. To cross the 50 on their first drive is huge.
Get here, get here. Hey, East Batman! McHale!
Hey, 26.
4 down, like 57. Check. East. What do you do? Hunt.
McGloin under center this time. Straight ahead run, Tim Cook. Pickup of 6. Guardians trying to answer the BattleHawks opening drive and touchdown.
West Batman X now.
Hey, West Batman!
Hey, off the fan.
West Batman!
Hey, 26.
57, 4 down, 57.
Guardians offense on the same page today after miscommunication last week. No miscommunicating this call. And a slip in the backfield leaves it short. No gain for Tim Cook.
Three wides. I got it. 3 wides. Let's go. Gun.
62-85. 62-85. Silent 1, 62. Book special. Chip. Book special. 4 down, 126.
Play clock winding down. McGloin has no time. Flush from the pocket and driven down at the 50. Casey Sales, the Ohio Bobcat, with the sack. Kevin Gilbride, the head coach, talking with his offensive line, and John Kling, the right tackle. Justin Vogel to punt it away. DeMornay Pearsonell. Fair catch at the 12. 37-yard punt. What a start. Football is back in St. Louis.
ESPN's presentation of the XFL is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com.
City of St. Louis has a unique relationship with professional football. Long, storied relationship that time and again has ended in heartbreak. And now the BattleHawks, born here in St. Louis, and the fans, well, they've responded, some in odd ways. It is a warm day here in St. Louis, and perfect inside Tom Hart, Joey Galloway. This blue-collar fan base must love this offensive approach.
They had the ball for 1:49. They ran it 4 times for 72 yards. They called a couple pass plays, but the defense said run it, and that's what St. Louis did.
And they'll run it again. Every play call so far has been on the ground, 7 yards for Matt Jones.
And early on, New York's going to have to make a decision. They're going to have to bring one of these safeties down in the box, because if they don't, one of the best running teams in the league will run the ball down their throat every single play.
Ready, go.
St. Louis 1-1 in the season. They won their road opener against Dallas. They lost last week. Tried to come from behind but fell short.
Check.
Now, double right check.
Chuck Long, the offensive coordinator. Jonathan Hayes, the head coach, repeating the call on the sideline.
Okay, let's go. H Bluff, Cali even general. H Bluff, Cali even general.
Communication does not shut down in the XFL. Matt Jones again.
You got to get motion, Jordan. Come on. All right, let's go 11. Trip left. A, Y fly, Dallas even, Y bluff, Larry VIP. Trips left. A, Y fly, Dallas even, Y bluff, Larry VIP.
Dallas even.
Hurry up.
Dallas even.
A lot on the quarterback's plate. Even fixing his running back's chin strap.
180. What's up?
On the ground again. This time the Guardians bring pressure, and Christian Michael swallowed by Bumi Rotimi. A loss of 4.
And understand, all that play call was not just a simple run to the right. It was a double call, and he checked to the run, but he called a pass to begin with.
Developing situation for New York. Matt McGloin into the injury tent. They're already without their top wide receiver, Joe Horn, inactive for today's game due to injury.
Hey, 901. Hey, 901, 901, 901, 901. 902, 902, 902, 902. Let's go. Alpha, alpha. Ready to go?
3rd and 14. Tamu over the middle. First pass is a completion to Mornay Pearsonell. Couple yards short of the first down marker, and they'll bring out the punt team. And depending on his mood, he's either Marquette King or Marquette. Asked him today, he said, it depends on my mental state. I woke up as Marquette today, but when I got to the stadium, I felt more like Marquette. He is a personality. Austin Duke back to receive for New York. King led the NFL in punting in 14 for the Raiders. Flag on the play. Leaping catch at the 20. And out to the 30-yard line goes Duke. Wesley Sutton, the safety, came in and made contact with Marquette King.
It's only a 4th and 2. This is huge.
The kicker, kicking leg on New York. I got running into the kicker, so it's going to be a first down. Okay? Previous spot, 5 yards.
It's Brandon Cruz.
Running into the kicker. Defense, number 28. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Guardians made a lot of mistakes on both sides of the ball last week.
Defense coordinator Jim Herman told us it's the explosive plays in the games that'll get you beat. That's only a 5-yard penalty, but it is a first down. You're putting St. Louis's offense back on the field. That's an explosive play.
Kevin Gilbride, their head coach, 25 years on an NFL sideline.
It's just red slot weak, uber odd. That's right. Did he say something else?
So the drive extended for St. Louis.
Monday. 180. What's up?
Back to the ground game. Christian Michael. Jamar Summers.
That's right. Lubbock Odd, VIP soda.
Lubbock Odd.
That's right. Lubbock Odd, VIP soda.
Soda sounds familiar here in St. Louis. They call it pop, though. And
it's a pop pass. Will be a check by Tomer to see if he can get the pop pass right behind the linebackers. If he doesn't like it, they'll run the football.
180. What's up?
Tamu fires incomplete. A hair behind Marcus Lucas, product of Mizzou, who played here as a freshman when Missouri knocked off Illinois. Jonathan Hayes, the St. Louis head coach, longtime NFL tight end and coach.
902.
Might wonder why these coaches cover their mouths when they send a play call in if you can hear it. Well, the other team can still steal signs via reading lips as Lucas gets medical attention. Tiamu with the rollout. Flag on the play. He'll throw on the run down the sideline, and LaDamian Washington just got lit. That'll bring a flag. A.J. Hendry laid a lick on LaDamian Washington. Multiple flags on the Guardians, it looks like.
Okay, so we're going to go unnecessary roughness, number 33 for the hit on the defenseless receiver.
And we got holding. We're going to offset
defense.
that.
You've got hands to the face offense, so we're just going to offset.
No,
correct? Hang on, because
no, it doesn't matter.
the offensive hands to the face is
depending
10
on the
yards,
hold.
so it's not like we have a 5-15 situation. Okay, so we're just offsetting. Your number's 76. Your number's
76 on the hold. Let's go back and see if we can catch the hold.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Illegal to the face. Offense number 76. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 33. The foul is offset. It's third down at the.
Replay booth taking a longer look at both penalties as they look at the hold, which has already been called. How about this unnecessary roughness? You've been hit like that before.
I have been hit like that before. It's shoulder to shoulder. I understand the spirit of the rule, but I don't know what they expect the safety to do.
Middle 56. 180.
It leaves a 3rd and 8 for St. Louis. Tamu to the out route. Timing was off from the get-go as he double clutched, trying to find Brandon Riley. And there is a flag.
Number 24. So go to the spot of the foul. Flag good. Defense, number 24. Calls at the spot of the foul. Automatic.
It's a 3rd flag on the Guardians so far this afternoon.
Close left. Like I said. Monday. 180. Oh, yes.
Interesting dynamic here in St. Louis. They're playing the cadence over the interior PA.
Offense, number 61. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
So fans are learning this game up close like they've never seen or heard it before. Movement for the BattleHawks. This will make it 1st and 15.
Let's go, get set. Let's go. Lead 56, watch the edge, RB, watch the edge. Monday. 180, what's that?
Brian Folkerts, the center, is also mic'd. Tiamu pressured. They clipped that off, and Tiamu lost the football on his way down. Scooped up by New York, but it's whistled dead. Anthony Tejada, who was just flagged a moment ago, forced it out.
Ruling on the field, the runner was down by football. It's 2nd down.
Brown can't force a fumble. New York will bring on an extra defensive back as St. Louis now stares down the barrel of his 2nd and 17.
Silver! Ready to go! Silver!
Ben Heaney, the linebacker, Mike. Tiamu tries to scramble, gets nowhere. Savon Walker out of Maryland with the tackle.
Except for the 3rd and long, and this was an issue for this New York defense last week. They gave up so many 3rd downs that defensively they couldn't get off the field, and it really warmed down in the 2nd half, and they began to have problems with penalties, with giving up big plays, and that starts right here on 3rd down. They have to get off the field.
Alpha. Ready to go.
4-man rush for the Guardians. Tiamu to the out route. Great hands, but short of the first down is Alonzo Russell. They'll leave 4th and short. And St. Louis going to leave the offense on the field. This is what the... Oh, no, they're not. The rules discourage punting.
Really surprised.
Scenario.
I am really surprised they're not going for this. Because they've had so much success running the football, I'm surprised they will not go for this on the 42-yard line.
The call was almost immediate from Jonathan Hayes. Austin Duke stands at the 10. There are no coffin corner kicks in the XFL. You're penalized if the punt goes out of bounds. And it will trickle into the end zone for a touchback. And not much of a trade-off for St. Louis. 6-0 BattleHawks. It had been 1,529 days since St. Louis hosted a professional football game, and the BattleHawks wasted no time, scoring on their opening possession on a 4-play drive. St. Louis led this game 6-0. Developing scenario for the Guardians. Matt McGloin under pressure last week, came under pressure this week. On their first series, McGloin gets taken down, complaining of rib issues on the New York sideline. He just left the medical tent moments ago and had been warming up trying to get back in this game. But for now, they'll hand off to Marquise Williams, product out of North Carolina, set 20 different records in his time as a Tar Heel.
Hey, deuce it.
Limited play last week for Williams, 4 of 8 against DC. Trying to find the screen. Here's Austin Duke, and it's a Guardians first down with a late flag. Kenny Robinson, 21-year-old safety, had the stop. We got 3 flags on the field. And we got a little activity after. Jerron Jones mixing it up. Seems like Jones was reacting to something that happened to him.
74 blocking the back on the offense. Then what happened? Number 28 of the defense. So they just offset. And those lock dead, they offset. 74 on the block in the back, 28 on the blow to the head on the defense. Okay. There were 2 fouls on the play, during the play, illegal block in the back. Offense number 74. After the was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 28, fouls offset. It's first down.
The chippiness early.
So with the
we had 3 flags and 2 officials took their hats off to get in on the play. Watch the left side of your screen, number 74 in gray. Mixing it up with Robert Nelson. Williams hands it off, a burst of speed. Darius Victor. 14-yard gain.
And that's a big play for Marquise Williams, who's now in at quarterback. Didn't play well last week, came in the fourth quarter, couldn't get the passing game going. So if they can run it, takes a lot of pressure off Marquise Williams as quarterback and hopefully opens up some passing lanes.
Williams was an undrafted free agent with Green Bay, 2016, coming out of North Carolina. Darius Victor trying to find some space. And a gain of 6. Terrence Garvin the stop for St. Louis. Matt McGloin seeing action from their head athletic trainer, Madeline Scaramuzzo, after being injured on the first series of the day for New York.
First quarter, time out of the field.
Scores only 6-0, but a lot of action on both sides in the return to professional football in St. Louis. It's the end of the first quarter. You're watching the XFL on ESPN.
Thanks, Adam. Welcome back to St. Louis. New York Defenders quarterback Matt McGloin with us now. Matt, obviously you're over here trying to work out something that happened on that first drive. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. Just working through some things right now and trying to keep my body loose.
What's the process after you're a little bit shaken up? Your backup's in. You want to get back in. What's going to happen over the next few minutes?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep doing my thing here on the sideline, trying to stretch it out, trying to stay loose, get comfortable, and just keep warming up, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks.
Matt McGloin of the New York Guardians. Good effort week 1, miscommunication week 2. Try to get that straightened out. And now Marquise Williams is in at quarterback for New York. Joe, you had an interesting take after that. A lot of people jumped on Matt McGloin. You saw that entire situation differently.
I really did. He was a quarterback in a moment of being competitive. The offense was struggling. He was struggling. And if you want access, that's what it is like to be on a sideline of a team that is dealing with issues. That's all that was. And in that moment, any quarterback that is struggling with a team that's struggling will be emotional.
Movement on the right side of the line. And that'll stop play, and it's not all on the quarterback in those scenarios.
No, not at all. And when you went back and watched it, you could tell there was issues with receivers.
Number 70, 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
John Kling, the flag.
Yeah, and there were issues with false starts, which we were seeing today. They fumbled the football. And so if you have these issues going on and you're a quarterback that wants to win football games, you've worked extremely hard for this, and it's not going well on a Sunday or on a Saturday, anytime you put a mic in his face, you're going to get some of that competitive juice coming out and overflowing, and that's all it was.
Hey, y'all go 26.
McGloin was 3 of 3 during his time in the game for 31 yards. Nice snap handled by Williams. Wow, what a hit up front. St. Louis came into this game as a heavy favorite, 10.5 points, but up 6-0 through a quarter of play. They're now given 12.5. Live line according to our friends at Caesar Sportsbook, and the total has dropped to 38.5. Why not Podes? Great start for St. Louis. It's Christian Michael by the touchdown run. Williams to the screen. Duke taken down. G.A. Mangus, the OC, working with his backup quarterback.
There we go. Gun trips right. 62 firm. A-Rod. Gun trips right. 62 firm. A-Rod.
St. Louis brings pressure, and the pass is incomplete. Coverage on the back end by Darius Hillary on Austin Duke.
On the field is an incomplete pass. Field goal. Fourth down.
Kevin Gilbride will play for 3. This will be a long field goal attempt. Matthew McCrane kicked at Kansas State, finished his career 7th in NCAA history, converting 86% of his field goal attempts. This will be from 53. Hit a 52-yarder in high school. 5 50-yarders in his time at K-State. And this one is driven through the uprights. Matthew McCrane gets the Guardians on the board at 6-3 here in the second quarter in the Louvre. The DC Defenders are 2-0 on this season. They go on the road for the first time to take on the LA Wildcats today, 6 p.m. Eastern on FS1. Down to the sideline, Molly McGrath.
Well, I'm here with defensive coordinator Jay Hayes. Coach, they had a change at quarterback. I saw you were talking to your defense. What kind of adjustments do you have to make with a new quarterback?
Well, we just need to get off blocks and get to the ball in the middle of the defense, okay? But you know, we're doing okay. It's just a matter of we're unsettled a little bit because they're going fast, but we'll be fine.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Tom.
Both teams wanting to pick up the tempo in this one today. 2 different quarterbacks have seen the field. Marquise Williams on the left, Matt McGloin, who was 3 for 3 to start this game, but went out with a rib injury. Matthew McCrane to kick it off, Keith Mumphrey to receive. If you're not familiar with XFL kickoffs, they look different. Kicker from the 30. Return team lined up at the opposite 30. Can't move till the ball is fielded. And here goes Keith Mumphrey. And they're going to turn it around with room on the near side. And for the first time, they get creative. And the BattleHawks have the sideline. And a kickoff return for Joe Powell to the end zone. And now they say he stepped out. No, touchdown, St. Louis. .90-yard kickoff return for a score for the BattleHawks. They're watching his footwork down the sideline. Joe Powell couldn't find a place to play college football.
Dewey. Here we go. This is it. because his foot's going out of bounds, but it looks like the ball's crossed the plane. We're good.
Joe Powell
the
ended
not
up
out yet. Okay, Brandon.
Yeah.
Confirm.
Confirmed. Okay. Here we go.
Hey, great job on this, because look, you can still see
the 5-yard line.
because we're not going to be able
So
to
the
see.
call confirmed. Joe Powell, who played his college ball at Globe Tech in Manhattan. The first ever kickoff return for a score in the XFL.
What's that?
2-point attempt, Jordan Tiamu has time, and the pass was tipped. St. Louis has failed at every conversion attempt so far this season, 0 for 8.
Joe, the first ever kick return for a touchdown in the XFL. What was going through your mind on that run?
Get to the end zone. That was it.
I saw you handing the ball to someone. You keeping that one?
Yeah, I'm keeping that one. Today my daddy's birthday, so shout out to my daddy. That's a present for him.
All right, good stuff, Tom.
What's up, son?
Undrafted free agent of the Giants. And on the reverse, the first of its kind.
And every week, we're going to see more and more returns as teams get used to these new rules. This was the first reverse. You got to knock off one guy, because the guy you're blocking is right in front of you. If you reverse field and come back around, now it's all about getting in the end zone, and the foot stays in long enough, and we have our first touchdown.
You know, the interesting part of that too, guys, the return team cannot retreat more than 5 yards downfield back, but that's to initiate contact. That obviously did not happen on that play.
First time for everything. See if the Guardians have something up their sleeve. XFL wanted to keep returns in the game, but they wanted to make them safer. That's why the coverage unit and the return team are lined up only 5 yards apart. An inordinate amount of concussions and your typical kickoff in all levels of football from the 11. And a bounce to the outside, and room for the Guardians on a fine return by Justin Stockton. Matt McGloin returning to the field for the Guardians. 8 of 19 last week, 2 interceptions, a frustrating day at the office.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. 1 week, 93 bursts. Ready? Yeah.
The 90s are a quick game. If he likes the quick outside, he'll go to his receivers. It'll be a 3-step drop. If he doesn't, they'll run it.
3 down, like 57. Check. 180.
He likes it, but it's tipped. McGloin will bat it down. In the XFL, you can catch it and throw it again. You're allowed 2 forward passes. That happened yesterday.
McGloin has bad ribs. Yeah. The last thing he wanted to do was catch that ball and throw it again.
Defensive end, right defensive end.
Let's go.
Been Sam linebacker, yes.
Gun 8 wide. Rip. Go screen right to Z.
But you're on the right half.
No, all right, gun. That's all right. That's all right. That's fine. That don't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's go.
See if they're looking to the short side of the field.
They are, and I don't know if Coach realized it when he made the play call, but he just stuck with it.
Going for the screen. Play clock ran out on the Guardians. It's be their 5th penalty.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
25-second play clock in the XFL. Kevin Gilbride's team, a host of mistakes last week. He said they're still getting used to this tempo, learning what they can and cannot do. All day, McGloin on a comeback route, and it is caught by T.O. Redding for a pickup of 7. Redding new to the roster, added January 5th.
All right, here we we go. Let's go. Spread out, spread out, spread out. Gun 7 and spread. Spread out, spread out. Gun 7 spread. 83 search Exxon. Gun 7 spread. 83 search Exxon.
Play clock already at 6.
Exxon.
And here's your X up top, and you can tell he can't hear the play call. There's miscommunication.
They snap it anyway, and they swing it out of the backfield to Victor. He is swallowed up, a gain of only 1. Crowd noise having an impact.
Crowd noise, offensive coordinator to quarterback. This has been an issue, and this was some of the problems that McGloin was having last week with their offense. Was the communication issues. Now he has to relay that to his receivers, which the receivers should be able to get it from the sideline because they have mics in their helmets, but clearly they're not getting it.
He didn't, no.
DeMornay Pearsonell out of Nebraska back to receive this punt. Already one special team score for the BattleHawks today. Beautiful punt from Vogel. From the 18. And a late hit will draw another flag on the Guardians. Be their 6th penalty after 51-yard punt.
Who made that one?
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Kicking team, number 47, 15-yard penalty. First down, St. Louis.
Matt, take me through the difficulties of dealing with the noise in that last series.
Yeah, I mean, incredible crowd here today. Obviously St. Louis is really supportive of their home team. It's a fantastic chance, fantastic opportunity for us to play in this type of atmosphere.
Thank you.
All right.
Number 64 for St. Louis, reporting as eligible. 64 is eligible.
6 flags plus 2 that were offset. That's 8 different times New York has been flagged. Bring your own wings.
Monday, 180, a touch.
Quick hitter the outside, LaDamian Washington. No gain.
Double right, B. C fly, punch even, and VIP glance. 11, double right, B. C fly, punch even, VIP glance.
Punch even, same side.
A C fly now.
Ready.
Here's your Z up top. Oh, you moved the screen on me, Tom.
Sorry.
Monday, 180, a touch.
Nobody ran a route. Tiamu will take it himself, and he slides down short of midfield. Pickup of 6.
Trips left. 602. Trail spot. Trips left. 602. Trail spot.
Cassette. Hey, Lee out. Monday, 180, a touch.
Guardians bring 4. Tiamu to the slant. That is caught for a first down for the BattleHawks. DeMornay Pearsonell.
You give Pearsonell a lot of credit going in the middle where the linebackers are, going up to get the ball, getting the key first down. Now they're playing one high safety. I expect to see St. Louis take a shot downfield now that they got New York playing safety in the box.
Hey, my man, he's coach.
Monday, 180, watch out.
Fastball to DeMornay Pearsonell, and he gets flipped up after a pickup of 7. Talking with the BattleHawks, they rave about Jordan Tiamu's ability to get rid of that ball quick. Compared him to Ozzie Smith, turning 2. Unbalanced line, they're trying to pick up the tempo. Here's Matt Jones. And that's going to leave 3rd and a couple.
All right. Let's go 12.
Ultra one rat.
Deuce left.
Get down there.
Iowa even away.
Hey, plus Waco. Plus Waco.
Even away.
Get down there.
Smoke
plus
VIP.
Waco.
Deuce left Bravo.
Jim Herman, the defensive coordinator for the Guardians. On 3rd and short, straight ahead. And it's a first down for Matt Jones.
12 Miller. There you go.
64, St. Louis is eligible. Number 64.
Michael Miller, the offensive lineman, will come in and line up as a tight end position on the right side.
47. Hey, kill. Hey, gap 45, gap 45. Ready to go.
Here's Christian Michael. And he stays on his feet to the 20. A punishing 10-yard run.
Indy 2, Indy 2, Indy 2, Indy 2, Indy 2.
Waco, same thing. Plus Waco.
Indy.
Yeah, and if you're defensive coordinator Herman in a situation, you call the right defense, make a tackle.
Inside zone. And it's Michael again for 5.
This is where St. Louis is different than every other team in the league. They can simply pound you if they decide to.
They stay jumbo with Miller, the O-lineman, in as a tight end. And after all that, a false start on St. Louis.
That's the one. On who? 67.
Get out of it, call something else. 11.
67. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Brian Fulton to center at a Hazelwood Central High School here in St. Louis. Played his college ball in Topeka, Kansas, Division II Washburn. A former St. Louis Ram. Blitz coming. Tiamu gets rid of it. And nothing shown for it. Lucas couldn't squeeze it.
Sets up a 3rd and long, which has been the struggle for this New York defense. They have to make a play. They're in the red zone. This game could get out of hand. St. Louis's offense has been able to run the ball, to be able to pass it when they've needed to. So these are the moments in games that your defense has to stand up to get the offense back a chance to stay in this game.
St. Louis through 2 weeks led the XFL in 3rd down conversions. They've converted 2 of 2 on this drive alone.
Hey, long 47. Alpha. Ready to go.
10th play of the drive. Tamu flushed. Wings it, incomplete.
Field goal. We have to use our slants.
Taylor Russolino out of Division III Millsaps in Jackson, Mississippi. The New Orleans native will come on to attempt a 39-yard field goal.
This is the first time out of the half by St. Louis. Timeout on the field.
Only 2 timeouts per team in the XFL. BattleHawks will talk about it with 4:28 left in the half. Week 4 of the XFL season begins Saturday on ABC. The LA Wildcats travel to take on the New York Guardians Saturday at 2 Eastern on ABC, also streaming live on the ESPN app. BattleHawks gear flying off the shelves.
Let's go, baby.
Marquette King is the holder for Taylor Russolino. 39-yard attempt coming out of the timeout. High snap. King able to get it down, and a field goal is good. An 11-play, 37-yard drive. BattleHawks up 15-3.
I don't want to call timeout.
Coach
Just yell for him
obviously
to get him
your
out
defense
there.
gets a bit of a stop there, hold them to a field goal. How do you turn the momentum around in this game?
Well, I think we can just play our game and stop making the mistakes we're making. It just seems like every time we get something going, we got to shoot ourselves in the foot, both sides of the ball. But anyhow, we did stop with field goal now. There's certainly enough time for us to come back, put some points on the board.
Thanks, Coach.
He's worked some great quarterbacks in his day. Warren Moon, Eli Manning, couple of Super Bowls there, 25 years an NFL coach. He's had to work with two different quarterbacks today. A rushing touchdown, a return touchdown, and a field goal for the BattleHawks, who've missed on both of their conversions today. No return.
Ball was kicked into the end zone by Rule. Ball was placed at the 35-yard line. It's first down New York.
You mentioned some of the offenses that Coach Gilbride, the quarterbacks that Coach Gilbride has had, and now this offensive system is Matt McGloin's. And these guys have practiced a couple months before coming into this season. It's a difficult system to get down, and you can tell there's some miscommunication, not just between coach and quarterback, receiver. Receivers have decisions to make, and the quarterback sometimes has to wait on those decisions, and you can tell they've not been on the same page, especially last week and then again today.
McGloin under center this time, and a handoff to Darius Victor. Ball popped out late after his forward momentum was already stopped. It'll be a gain of 2.
The runner forward progress was stopped prior to the football coming loose. It's second down.
Darius Victor was knocked out of the game on a 20-yard run last week against DC in a play that he fumbled on.
One box, West whip.
He'll share time with Tim Cook in the backfield.
Hey, Monday. 4 down, 57. 3 down, 57. Set. 180.
St. Louis stands him up again. No gain.
Marquise, you actually saw this defense live, being out there in person. Tell us what you saw.
Hold on. I can't hear you. Say it again.
How did this defense look to you while you were in there against it live?
Oh, they're a good football team on the defense side. I mean, we saw that in training camp. Very physical, good scheme, and they're playing some good football today.
Thank you.
27-year-old out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
77. 3 down. Hey, base. 4 down base.
Crowd loud on third down again. Over the middle. And a fantastic tackle to bring down T.O. Redding.
Got to punt it.
Dexter McCoyle got him by a shoe.
And Dexter McCoyle is one of the best defensive players for St. Louis. He plays deep, he plays at linebacker level, and he's one of the most surest tacklers in open field that they have. And that's what allows them to blitz, because they know they can tackle on the back end.
BattleHawks with another fine special teams play. It's scooped up. They're looking for another score. Shaq Jones with the return. Vogel had it taken right off of his foot. Carlton Agudosi, the wide receiver out of Rutgers. And the BattleHawks threatening to blow this thing wide open before the half hits. Here's Chris and Michael. Lost his footing. picks up 2.
This is the 2-minute warning.
St. Louis entered this game as 10.5-point favorites. If you want to get in on it now, it'll cost you 20.5. The BattleHawks performing well here at home. Next Sunday on ESPN2 at a special time, 7 Eastern, will be in Tampa as the Vipers host Cardale Jones and the DC Defenders. Next Sunday, ESPN2. And as always, streaming live on the ESPN app. Chuck Long, this BattleHawks offense have a chance to blow this thing open.
Let's go, get set. Get set. Monday. 180. What's up?
Quick to the outside. And Brandon Riley stopped after a gain of 6.
Here we go, man. Let's go. 1187. Double right, H home, Iowa odd, option right, general. Double right, H home, Iowa odd, option right, general.
Let's go. Let's get set. Hey, alpha. Ready to go.
Tamu hands it off. Another big physical run for St. Louis from Chris and Michael out of Texas A&M.
And a big first down, because now it'll allow them to run more of this clock. New York gets this ball back coming out of the locker room. If St. Louis can get this ball in the end zone, not giving New York's offense a chance to get back on the field and get points, the momentum will be huge. That's the ability to run the football that St. Louis does better than anyone else.
H home, Iowa even, option left.
Let's go. Get set.
Already 119 yards on the ground for St. Louis.
Alpha. Ready to go.
Little option pitch. Here's Brandon Riley. Taken down just outside of the end zone.
It's the first charge timeout of the half for New York. 30-second timeout.
Guardians took a 30-second timeout with 1:11 to go in the half. Chuck Long told us yesterday they're going to go up-tempo and try to really push it on this Guardians team.
Punch it in.
And with 45-man rosters, you can see the value of that.
You really can, and you can see the value of having an offensive line that understands they're a physical football team. Their offense is built on the ability to run the ball, and they've done it well here in the first half. And as long as they can run it, I don't know what New York is going to do about it. They haven't been physical enough up front to stop the run game.
BattleHawks with a kickoff return for a score. A block punt to set up a short field.
We're going to go Terrell Miller. Make sure he reports. We're going to go dance plus flat, 43 duo, kill, 27 boss. Quiet the crowd down, Jordan. Quiet them down.
43. We run a straight duo. Tell them straight. Straight duo.
Interesting, Chuck Long reminding him quiet the home crowd down.
Dance plus flat, 43 duo.
43.
General. Oh no, VIP.
64%.
43.
Let's get it in, fellas.
64.
Waco.
Hey, duo, guys. 43 duo. VIP.
Duo just going to be double inside zone. Everybody coming towards the center.
Matt Jones is the running back. Matt Jones in. Touchdown, St. Louis. Short field after the block
St.
punt.
Louis is elected to go for 2 from the 5-yard line.
BattleHawks have yet to complete a conversion this season. They'll go for 2 from the 5-yard line. Those are the options in the XFL.
Flex, right 2 drop. Flex, right 2 drop. Ready? 27 opposite. Close left. Close left. 3 left. 3 left.
Ben Heaney is Mike.
Alpha. Ready, go.
Little toss and a pass off of it. Demorne Pearsonell to Alonzo Russell. BattleHawks showing creativity, both at the play call and the celebration.
Just physical football up front. They've been able to run the football, get in the end zone, and when you haven't converted an extra point all season long, Tom, you dig deep in your playbook, a double pass, and when has this play not worked? When has this play, the double pass, receiver coming across, drop it off to the back of the end zone, everyone's running it now, and everyone is completing it.
Talmu had to remind Demorne Pearsonell what the play call was. He didn't hear it clearly. He said, no, this is a pass. In the XFL, you can throw it forward twice as long as the first pass is behind the line of scrimmage. Justin Stockton back to receive for the Guardians. Played running back at Texas Tech. Here he is from the 8. Started left, bends it back to the right. A spin move to take him past the 30. 1:02 remaining. St. Louis playing like the heaviest favorite in the league this weekend.
Trips left, 63 Cafe X turn it.
The feeling if the overhits is going to be all BattleHawks.
You good? You good? Okay, 3.5.
Matt McGloin 6 of 7 for 43 yards today.
4 down. Mike 26. 4 down, Mike 26. Hey! Screen!
Incomplete. Coverage from Darius Hill.
Turn in. Cover to. All right, let's go. Gun half right. 62, Sun.
62.
Gun half right, 62, Sun.
G.A. Mangus played quarterback for Steve Spurrier at Florida, coached with them at South Carolina. Deep ball, caught, and a big hit put on Colby Pearson. Came from Kenny Robinson.
Gun half left, 63 Diner. Let's go. Gun half left, 63
Gain of 20,
Diner.
52 seconds left in the half.
63-85.
Guardians have one timeout.
4 down, Mike 57.
Pocket holds. And over the middle, complete to Jake Powell, and he takes it into field goal range. And now things getting really interesting.
Go back here, go back here.
Kenny Robinson fired up.
DC right.
Dexter McCoyle.
DC right.
Will Hill.
BJAC. DC right. 56B.
McGloin already has a play call. You would think that they're going to take a look at this one from the replay booth. There was no flag thrown.
Butter, are you saying he's out for a play, or what are you saying?
We got it, relax.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, get him back in.
He mistakenly told Ian Silberman, the center, he had to leave.
Listen, Center gets a chance at an extra play. I'm going to help him out.
56-85. 56-85.
You think his helmet came off, had to come off for a play? It's not an issue in the XFL, so they got it straightened out. Clock will start now, the play clock. Under 2 minutes, it doesn't start until the play clock is wound down, even with the play finishing inbounds. Pressure coming from the edge. McGloin intercepted. What a grab by Kenny Robinson. And the 21-year-old out of West Virginia has a takeaway. His first as a pro and an extra tackle on the sideline. Robinson celebrates while fisticuffs occur on the Guardian sideline. Mikael McKay absolutely trucked one of the BattleHawks defenders, Dexter McCloyle. Robinson, ineligible at West Virginia this year. Instead of playing for the Mountaineers, he's playing in the XFL. He's got his first pro pick. Offensive coordinator, not a fan of the play.
Going downfield has been an issue for this New York offense.
So we're just
going
go
late on the read.
15 from the dead ball spot on New York. What's your number? And what's your number? 69?
Silverman and McKay.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Passing team number 1, also unsportsmanlike conduct, passing team number 69. By rule, 15-yard penalty is enforced. It's first down, St. Louis.
Guardians just coming apart at the seams.
They really are, and you talk about the frustrations, and then last week we got a taste of Matt McGloin's frustrations. This team looks frustrated. They're playing like a frustrated team. A lot of penalties, a lot of, when the play is over, there's more pushing and hitting by New York than there actually is during the play. They just look like an entire team that is coming apart at the seams and not playing good football. I can imagine that Coach Gilbride is as frustrated as anyone.
It'll be really interesting to hear what happens in the New York locker room at the half. Gordon Talmy will take a knee to end the half. McGloin 8 of 11 for 84 yards. And this crowd responding to the return of pro football here in St. Louis.
Kenny Robinson with a crucial interception to end the half. You wanted a chance to prove yourself on this stage. How good did that one feel?
It felt so good. First one, I got professional interception. I'm just excited. Happy it gave me the opportunity to make a play.
And first thing you did was run to the stands, to the fans. How has this fan base kind of embraced this team?
They embraced us so much. You see, we're sold out. It's just a great time. The fans they're outstanding. We really appreciate all the support we're getting right now.
All right, thank you. Tom.
Kenny Robinson, the first ever with college eligibility to enter the XFL draft. And after a slow first couple of games as a pro, he gets his first professional interception. A lot to iron out for the Guardians. We'll hear what they have to say. It's the end of the first half here in St. Louis. This is the XFL on ESPN. Fan base. Tom Hart alongside Joey Galloway. We know who St. Louis is. They're a physical running team.
And they've run the ball for 122 yards in this game and completely controlled the first half. The first drive, 4 plays, 78 yards, ended in a score, held the ball for 1:49, and they get on the board. And this crowd was electric from the beginning, and this just got them going crazy. McGloin in this New York offense trying to get their confidence back. He takes the sack. He's out, has come out of this game with a rib injury, finds his way back. But here comes St. Louis with the first kickoff return for a touchdown in the XFL season. Comes in week 3. As these weeks go on, we've seen better and better returns, and this is the first time we've seen one actually get into the end zone. And once again, this game has just been controlled by St. Louis. The special teams have been an issue. The block punt, giving St. Louis the short field, and then once again, the more physical offense up front is winning this football game.
Today's Progressive game flow with the first half highlights. The Guardians only 3 points their last 8 quarters. St. Louis rolling. Here's Jordan Tiamu with Molly.
Hey, Jordan, I talked to your offensive coordinator at the half. He said you guys want to get your passing game going a little bit more. What do you need to do that?
They're giving us the run, so when they give us the run, they're just going to open up the pass, like I said before. But I think if we establish the pass now, they got to worry about 2 things now. So just ready to go out there and sling it.
All right, thank you. Tom.
Jordan Tiamu at Ole Miss, 5,600 yards of offense and 30 touchdowns. Came to Oxford by way of New Mexico Military Academy. He was also a great baseball player growing up in Pearl City, Hawaii. And you see some of those skills on the quick release, turning 2, as the coaches put it, trying to get it outside to the screen game. Still to be determined. He'll take snaps in the second half. Marquise Williams has his helmet on for the Guardians. Matt McGloin has yet to return to the field, we're told. Williams just 1 of 2 through the air in limited time, backing up McGloin, who went 8 of 11. XFL kickoffs look a little bit different. The kicker stands back at the 30. The coverage team at the 35. The return team at the 30. The 10 guys lined up from across from each other can't move until the ball is fielded. Here's Justin Stockton with a foot into the end zone. Stockton makes 2 miss. He had a seam, but he's taken down at the 27.
Let's go 0 flood, B fly, west,
So Marquise Williams, 27-year-old out of Charlotte by way of North Carolina, where he set 20 different school records and led the Tar Heels to the ACC championship. Played in front of Mitch Trubisky for 3 years. DJ Bibbs, the lead blocker. And the ground game snuffed. Tim Cook nowhere to go. Dexter McCoyle and Will Hill to stop.
Hey. Okay. We got a flag down. Are we leaving him in the game or not? Huh? Did he punch him or not? Okay, just tell him this is the last time. Last chance. Dead ball, hey, after the play? Okay. That's number 69.
Cole, you played O-line in the SEC. Ian Silberman getting a little dirty here. He gets a warning, 1 more, and he's gone. How do you see that play?
Well, it's frustration, Tom, and obviously Ian's been taking it out on him. We saw him come off the field a little bit earlier. He sort of chucked the helmet over here to the sideline. He's angry. He's mad. And then when you're trying to battle a 300-pound defensive lineman against you every time, things go a little bit haywire sometimes.
Cole, it's the first play of the second half. They just came out of the locker room. They had to discuss not making these kind of penalties, and on the first play you get a penalty? Seriously, this team, they act like they just don't have any discipline.
Movement up front, no flag. They'll try to run it. Here's what that flag came for last time as McCoyle comes in from his linebacker spot, makes another play. 69 in gray. They had to peel him off of Terrence Garvin. You like the idea that the officials give a warning and say 1 more and you're out?
I like the idea that we can hear the conversation. So at least we know their thought process as they talk to these players, as they call these penalties. And I do actually like the warning because there wasn't a lot there, not enough to kick a guy out.
3rd and forever. Play clock almost ran out to the screen. And this is going to turn into a positive play for Justin Stockton.
That's the 3rd or 4th screen we've seen Marquise Williams throw since he's been playing quarterback. And if that's all they can complete, this offense is in trouble.
Yeah, and guys, Matt McGloin, New York quarterback, still in the locker room being evaluated by the medical staff.
DeMornay Pearsonell back to receive this one. Williams, 2 completions for 25 yards. St. Louis already blocked 1 punt. This one gets away clean from Vogel, and Pearsonell takes a fair catch. St. Louis came in 10.5-point favorites. They're living up to the largest line of the weekend. And now the BattleHawks get a crack at their offense here in the second half. We heard Chuck Long, the offensive coordinator, talk about opening up the offense.
Hey, naked.
Odd naked sounds like something that happened in Soulard last night for the Mardi Gras celebration here.
Let's go. Get set. Monday. 180. What's up?
Tiamu stays on his feet, and he whistles one complete for a first down to Alonzo Russell. Ranthony Tejada had him around the ankles.
Nobody's playing with more confidence than Tom is playing right now. To be able to have the ability to not just stay up, but not panic and deliver a strike to the sideline and get a first down. That's why this team and this coaching staff look at this quarterback like he's their leader, and he's impressed this team from week 1 to week 2 and has continued to get better.
To Matt Jones, the Florida product, 3rd-round pick of the Redskins.
Let's go. Now double right check. Now double right check.
Now double right. Now.
For St. Louis, do you open it up?
Hey, 7-1.
It's from a game film perspective?
No. Not if you can run it.
Fall. Ready to go.
Looking down the sideline, caught, and a first down. Brandon Riley. Flex on him, Riley.
All right, let's go 11. Left trio, 17, VIP. Left trio, 17, VIP.
Right back to the run game. They've proven they've been able to run the ball. You get New York in a cover 2, you hit one down the sideline. Now you go back to what you do best, is running the football.
Tamu to Matt Jones. Jones had fumble issues for the Redskins.
Indy one. Let's go. Indy one. Let's go. Get set.
Close right. Close left.
Ready to go.
To Lucas. In-state product picks up 4.
Right.
Got a flag late.
There's a flag.
Illegal crackback. All right, we're going to pick it up. Result of the play is 3rd down.
So if he's coming out, I can't cut,
There was no foul on the play for an illegal block below the waist. Result of the play is 3rd down.
LaDamian Washington talked to us after practice yesterday about the wide receivers being better blockers on the perimeter to try to open up some of those screens.
Yeah, and this is obviously 2-play territory. I wouldn't be surprised to see them take a shot if it's there, and if not, just run the football, because they know if they don't get a first down here, they're going for it on 4th down.
Hey, play boy. Fall. Ready to go.
Toss to Michael, and Michael gets swarmed in the backfield by Ben Heaney, 27-year-old out of the University of Kansas.
You want to kick it? Bang it. Go, field goal.
Bang it.
Field goal.
Unless you lose yards, and then you want to kick the field goal.
This will be a 58-yard attempt for Taylor Russolino.
Let's go, man. Let's get it.
Russolino's made from 39. Got the leg. Wow! By an eyelash from 58. Did you come for the kicker celebration? Because we got the kicker celebration. Football's back in St. Louis, and they are dominating this afternoon. Wild weekend of XFL football continues this afternoon. The DC Defenders take on the Los Angeles Wildcats, 6 o'clock Eastern on FS1. DC 2-0. Shut out the Guardians last week, 27-0. I've got a box of Thin Mints. I think we need to get her a football, don't you think? What an incredible sports city, and they have responded beautifully to their first ever XFL game. Justin Stockton forced out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. St. Louis came in as 10.5-point favorites. The BattleHawks now giving up 25.5, and the total has moved to 43.5. I don't know what anyone has seen today that would give you confidence that the Guardians could get the offense going.
Matt McGloin struggled operating this offense the past 2 weeks. Now Marquise Williams comes in, and they have to find a way to get a play that he feels confident running.
That's not going to work.
That's not the one.
This will be a loss of 3. Williams able to pick it up.
What was it?
Ian Silberman with the high snap.
Hey, middle.
Williams taken down. Andrew Ankra with the sack. It's a loss of 8. Ankra beats Silberman.
They move Ankra all around in this offense. When it comes to man-to-man ability to get after the quarterback, they depend on him to put pressure in the backfield. And if they can rush 4, it closes down the lanes for Marquise Williams to find his receivers. And once again, if they can't find a play down the field, I'm not sure how New York will ever move the football. Sets up a 3rd and 21. Have you seen a play out of New York this game that makes you think they'll get 21 yards?
Not yet. Pressure from the edge. They go for a screen. Perfect play call against the blitz. And Justin Stockton is able to dance his way for a big gain, but short of the first down.
Let's go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Why not, right? Big hit from Will Hill. Crowd loud, 4th and 4. Williams has nowhere to go with it. Will flick it, and that's complete for a first down. T.O. Redding picks it up.
Gun half left, east, Zorro, W slide. Gun half left, east, Zorro,
Utah,
W slide.
Utah, Zorro.
Got Zorro on both sides of the ball. Swashbuckling offenses and defenses.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if St. Louis bring pressure. Marquise Williams is struggling to complete balls down the field. They might as well bring the safeties.
Straight ahead, Victor.
Gun half right. Zorro, W slide.
Here we go.
Gun half right strong. West, Zorro.
Here we go.
W slide.
Let's go. Utah, Zorro. Utah, Zorro. Utah, Zorro.
Single 5-7. Hey, back here. Hey, 5-7.
Williams pulls it back to the slant, and a diving catch made by Austin Duke. Played his college ball at Charlotte. Set a school record for receptions. Honorable mention all conference.
Hey, empty now. Rocco. Wait. Go screen. Right.
And we got a flag. It could be on either Silberman or the BattleHawk for looking in.
Hang on.
Remember, Silberman was warned.
In the huddle? I mean, this is... What, you're not going to talk personal foul, UNR, and it's going to be first and 25 because we already had the ready for play. What about the guy? Okay, all right. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 69, 15-yard penalty. The ball was put in play, therefore after enforcement, it's first and 25.
If you can put yourself in Silberman's shoes, you can understand why he's trying to keep the St. Louis guy out of their sugar huddle.
Yeah, but they're standing at the line of scrimmage. Like they're right next to the football. Now they're moved back a couple yards, but to play for they're right at the ball.
9th penalty against the Guardians. Here's Austin Duke. And Duke lost his footing trying to get to the outside. Pick up a 12. Let's go back 2 plays. Watch number 98.
Yeah, so they're 1 yard from the ball. I mean, if I'm a defender, I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to listen in.
But Will Clark was over the line of scrimmage.
Well, then they're not going to call it. That's not Silberman's job to get him back across the line of scrimmage. Let the officials handle that.
Silberman was a 6th-round pick of the 49ers in 2015 out of Boston College. Pressure coming. Williams evades another. And a little pitch falls incomplete. Trying to ad-lib to Justin Stockton.
Let's go gun half left. Gun half left. 63 Diner.
Pressure picked up. Everybody covered. Williams tried to scramble. And he takes a shove after picking up the first down for the Guardians on a 13-yard scramble.
That's what Williams brings to the table. You talked about him at North Carolina, 5th player in ACC history with over 10,000 total yards. He runs the ball well, and they're going to need him to do more of that because the pass offense just isn't there.
And my mistake, they marked him short of the first down marker. It'll be 4th and less than 1.
Bruce special.
3 tight ends in the game. Powell, Sutherland, and Bibbs.
Let's go. Let's go. We got plenty.
10th play of the drive. Darius Victor stood up at the line of scrimmage and stopped. And St. Louis turns them over on downs. Devontae Lambert, Terrence Garvin able to make penetration. Nothing working for New York. It's coming up all St. Louis today. Silberman has been the center of attention on both sides today.
We've warned him. We're trying our hardest to keep him. He's on a short fuse. And we're talking to him. And I noticed a little bit of difference the subsequent plays after, but we're working hard.
They told me that they're ready to throw you out. So just beware. They're ready to throw you out anyway.
I told him they're going to watch it. They're going to watch it. So just play. Don't react. Don't react. There you go.
Back to live action in the St. Louis BattleHawks with a comfortable edge. Kristen Michael is able to pick up 4. Cole, you've got experience playing that position. Can you put yourself in Silberman's shoes?
Absolutely. You get frustrated, you get angry, you get mad, and it just continues to. Got guys on your sideline coming to talk to you. The biggest issue that I've seen with the guys, it's beginning to affect his play. It's beginning to affect his level of communication on the field. You called it out on the previous drive, Tom. Came up a sack, should have easily slid over there into that A gap and helped picked it up. When your play begins to affect, you have to find a way to calm down.
How much affecting St. Louis's offense today?
I'm here with D lineman Will Clark. This game's obviously very chippy. You're frustrating their offensive line. What are you doing to challenge them up front?
I'm just playing the way that I've always known to play. Hard-nosed, tough football, going against my opponent, showing no mercy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Will Clark has something in the tank. Calf injury kept him out of the first 2 games. Or West Virginia Mountaineer.
45. Monday. 180. What's up?
Blitz coming. And the slant falls incomplete.
Yeah, we got to go play without guys messing up.
Keep it up, Keith. Please.
3 and out for St. Louis. BattleHawks having to punt it away. Former All-Pro punter with the Raiders, Marquette King gets away a beauty. Drives Duke back to the 27. Duke cuts it back inside. Now he's got the outside, and he's tripped up at midfield.
Coach Kilbride, I saw you have a conversation with your center Ian Silberman before the previous series. What was your message to him?
He had to again control himself. He's so upset about things that are going on, and he perceived the injustices are taking place. And I said, it doesn't matter what you think is taking place. It matters what the officials calling, and obviously they're not agreeing with him.
Thanks, Coach.
1 week it was a quarterback. This week it's the center.
And I think what we're seeing is some of the numbers that these guys come to these games with, whether it's defensive lineman, offensive lineman. You have a guy that is imploding with penalties. You don't have the numbers on your sideline to get another center out there, so you have to stick with the guy that you came with.
Well, just like McGloin was benched last week, now Silberman is benched. Damian Mama takes over, and he clears a hole for Tim Cook III. And Cook taken down at the 15-yard line. 34-yard run, the best plays of the day for the Guardians.
It's surprising to me that St. Louis hadn't put more guys in the box simply because the pass offense for New York hasn't been there. They're still playing 2 deep safeties. As long as they do that, New York can reel off these kind of runs. Now, it might not be enough to get back in this particular game unless they start putting points on the board. But from a confidence standpoint, this offense needs to reel off these kind of plays just to get the team and their confidence moving in the right direction.
Play action, Williams over the middle, incomplete. Duke got taken out by Will Hill. Second and 10 now. Straight ahead run. And a gashing run from Tim Cook again. Oregon State's Tim Cook, undrafted free agent with the Jaguars in 2017. Been all over the place in his college career. Originally signed with Louisville, didn't qualify academically. Just one healthy season at Oregon State after a couple of stops in junior college.
And now with Silverman out of the game, they're actually finding some running room up front. Clearly, Mama's doing a nice job getting this offensive line moving downhill.
Williams scrambling, smoked as he threw it, and it goes incomplete. 26-3 BattleHawks covering and then some. It's the end of the third quarter in St. Louis. You're watching the XFL on ESPN.
the end of the third.
This copyrighted broadcast of the XFL and ESPN may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the XFL and ESPN.
St. Louis fans back at their first pro football game in more than 4 years. Big energy in the building for sure. And they have a controlling lead. Tom Hart alongside Joey Galloway. Joey, what do you think of New York's play today?
Not great, but on this particular drive, they run the ball a couple times for 43 yards. And if they can do that, it's going to help out Marquise Williams operate this offense. Not the kind of quarterback's going to make a lot of throws downfield. And so you need the run game to give him that support and maybe do some play action pass, maybe get him involved in the run game. But the most important thing is get this ball in the end zone.
Things started with St. Louis, a 10.5-point favorite. That's ballooned now to 19.5 live line from Caesars Sportsbook. Second string quarterback Marquise Williams at the controls. Pressured. Eludes it somehow once, but not twice, and he flicks it out of bounds. Will Hill brought the first bit of pressure, then Casey Sales, who already has 1 sack today.
Mrs. J. Hayes bringing pressure, realizing Marquise Williams is now going to have to throw a pass. So you bring your safety, Will Hill, gets him running backwards. And then Marquise Williams does a nice job of not taking a sack. Now it sets up a 3rd and 6.
Time out on the field for an injured player.
Injured player is Darius Hillary, undrafted free agent of the Bengals in 2016 out of Wisconsin. Bounced around a few different teams. Honorable mention All Big Ten with the Badgers. Earned his marketing degree. His dad was a longtime NFL player. Tied a school record with 54 games over 4 years with Wisconsin. What do you think of St. Louis?
Down in here on the green 90 check, you got McHale out here. Okay.
J.A. Mangus, the OC. St. Louis' secondary play has been pretty strong today.
X. Here we go. Here we go. Gut. Frisco gut 0. Frisco gut 0. Gut 0. Frisco gut 0.
And you heard him talk about Mikael McKay down low. If he has him, he wants him. If it's man-to-man coverage, that's the look they're going for.
Williams looks that way, goes to the slant, and incomplete. Flag on the play.
You're all right. You're all right. Good job.
David Rivers was in coverage.
Right on the pass. Holding. Defense. Number 29. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
McKay is 6'5", and that's why if you listen, that's why Mangus said, look, if you have McKay, let's take him in the man-to-man matchup. Marquise Williams, as he plays more football, realize throw this ball in the air, let your 6'5" receiver go up and get it. You don't have to pinpoint that throw. It's more of a 50-50 ball is what you're looking for.
Here's Tim Cook. Cook stood up at the 2.
Let's go 3 wides. 3 wides. 3 wides. Yeah, that's what I've got.
11. Sub. You want to be Hucks? Here we go. Red job 55. Frisco. Red job 55.
I would run it 3 more times if I'm New York. I would just simply see if I could run this ball in the end zone.
Loose center, Damian Mama. They're going to throw it. Back corner, leaping grab, incomplete. Fell out for Colby Pearson, and he's holding his left leg.
2 more downs now. They're going.
Think about what you want.
All right.
Put it in.
Sub.
Yep. All right, let's go.
What? Frisco
gun 2 slot.
Again.
Gun 2 slot wide.
Frisco drop.
W half fly.
Frisco drop.
East
Red 52 straight. Frisco drop. Red 52
East
straight.
gas. W pop.
Redding replaced Pearson.
Get in there, Tio.
That's who they're going for, number 9 in gray. Williams looking for Redding. Pressured. Back in the end zone. Incomplete.
Here we go.
Devontae Lambert brought the pressure. Now 4th and goal.
Tom, I honestly don't understand the play call. I don't understand why they're not just simply running this ball on 2nd and 3rd down.
Be ready, Mikhail.
Throw it again, it looks like.
Red 55.
1 of 2 on 4th down today.
Game, boys. He can't. They get the quick game.
Cal McKay, top of the formation. Fastball too high. And the Guardians turn it over on downs again. It's been a party in St. Louis all weekend. First Mardi Gras, now the return of football for the first time in 1,529 days. Saturday on ABC, week 4 of the XFL season begins as the LA Wildcats take on these New York Guardians. Saturday, 2 Eastern, also streaming live on the ESPN app. Guardians turned over on downs for the 2nd time. Jordan Ta'amu and the St. Louis offense will take over with the ball at the 2. 3 straight pass plays called by the Guardians, and they couldn't get it in.
Coordinator G.A. Mangus, Coach, felt like you had the run game going a little bit on that drive. Why the decision to get away from it once you got inside the 10?
Well, we had alerts on there on a couple of runs, and it's, you know, when you make quarterback change and get them in there, the reps are limited, and a couple of times we should have given the ball there one time on the alert. On one of the alerts, it was a run call with an alert pass. So, sometimes you have those. You have both of them called, and you got to make the right decision down there and get a chance, because you don't know are they going to bring pressure or are they not, and it gives them a chance. If they bring pressure, you got that beater. If not, you hand the football off, and we missed one there on the 2nd down. And then they're slanting a lot in the early. We ran the ball on 1st down. They slanted a lot. We're not handling the slants. We got to do a better job of that. They're here in the 4th quarter.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, you got it.
Joey, what do you think of the answer?
I think that he can talk to his quarterback throughout the entire play. So while his quarterback is checking to the pass play, he can simply say, no, we want to run the ball here. It's that simple. Run it.
Let's go. Get out there. Hit.
3rd and 6 for St. Louis.
Ready, go.
Jordan Ta'amu trying to buy some time. And now he'll use his legs. And he picks up a 1st down by staying in bounds. Anthony Tejada came up to deliver the shot.
And I understand the thinking of these offense coordinators.
VIP. Red slot week, 24 lock, VIP.
64 for 6.
I understand the thinking of these offensive coordinators. They don't want to talk to their quarterback too much, but now you have a backup quarterback in Marquise Williams that is clearly struggling to throw the football. He's 6 of 14. Talk to him. Talk him through the play. Let him know what you want to get out of the play, and then you don't come to the sideline and say, well, my quarterback checked to something else. That's just not good enough for this football team right now.
Holding. To the goal. It's 1st down.
Marquise Williams seeing action for the 2nd straight week. So back St. Louis up a little bit. Silverman, the starting center, has been benched. They're to the backup quarterback. Nothing has gone as planned for the Guardians.
45, 45.
Close right. Second set. Alpha. Ready to go.
Tiamu to the slant and incomplete. Got the center, Brian Folkert's mic'd. He's a St. Louis native. Plays with a chip on his shoulder, basically unrecruited out of high school, went to Washburn, and as an Ichabod, he was a Division II second-team All-American. School so small, coming out of D2, that he had to attend Kansas State's pro day.
Hey, 56, gap.
One out to Mike linebacker, 56 there.
Folkert's an undrafted free agent coming out of Washburn, hooked up with the Panthers, in for the Rams. He played here in their final season in St. Louis.
Hey, come here. Leg screen right. Leg screen right. Leg, cell left.
Can the D-line not hear that? Cole, is that the way you roll down there?
Sometimes you just tell them what it is, Joey.
Well, whatever it is didn't work. Tiamu had to spike it to avoid the pressure.
How's that not grounded?
Ryan Mueller brought the
no
pressure.
foul for intentional grounding. Number 33 is ruled in the area of the forward pass. It's fourth down.
Folkert's team won the last time there was professional football in this building. Case Keenum and the Rams knocked off Jameis Winston and the Buccaneers back in December of 2015, a week before Christmas. Marquette King gets away a boomer. Austin Duke from the 37. Duke to the 40. And the Guardians with good field position, a 23-yard return. A motion for the Guardians on one side and good feelings for the BattleHawks on the other side. Casey Sales, a local hero. He's got a sack today, and he found the girl with the Thin Mints. He traded a football for an entire box. That's some Girl Scout ingenuity. High fives for her. She gets a souvenir, and Casey take the Thin Mints with him. That's a solid transaction on both sides.
Did he rub the cookie on his jersey? What was that?
He did. I don't know.
Cole, what? Huh.
Luis Perez in at quarterback. Third quarterback of the day for the Guardians. Able to find Darius Victor out of the backfield, and Victor stays in bounds for a first down. Luis Perez was the first player signed by the LA Wildcats, traded to New York in January. Threw for nearly 5,000 yards at Division II A&M Commerce, where he was the Harlan Hill National Division II Player of the Year. 49.99 yards, the fourth most in Division II history.
Lewis head coach Jonathan Hayes. Coach, your defense allowed 28 points last week, just 3 today. What is the difference with them today?
Well, I think we're executing better. I think we're more assignment sound. And we're doing a better job of getting the ball on the ground. We still haven't tackled to our capabilities, so we got to do a better job of it.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Tom.
Jonathan Hayes back here in St. Louis. Mentioned he played in his NFL career at the Old Busch Stadium against the Cardinals. Here's Mikhail McKay, who takes it inside the 10. He said, I remember that crowd being intense. They were right on top of you.
I'm going to smash it.
Perez wants to play call again.
0.
Lobs it, end zone. It is bobbled, and caught out of bounds by T.O. Redding. Only need 1 foot in the XFL, but didn't have control of it, didn't look like. David Rivers with the coverage.
Actually, a pretty nice throw by Perez. You know, from a receiver standpoint, Redding has to just stop. Like, he didn't have, like, he could have stretched out and got that ball. Actually, a pretty good throw. And for an offense that is trying to find itself right now, that is an opportunity to score a touchdown, which may lead to, you know, just better things for this offense, because right now they're struggling.
Third quarterback of the day. That is a play that works. Austin Duke is in for the touchdown for the Guardians on an 8-yard play. They're going to go for 3, looks like.
Want it on the left hash to make sure he tells the official.
New York will go for 3 from the 10-yard line.
Is that on the left hash? All right, good.
Coming into this game, teams were 2 of 4 on third down conversion attempts in the XFL this season. Pardon me, 3 points. Pressure from behind and a sack on the extra point opportunity. Dwayne Hendricks with the sack for St. Louis. But before that, 25-year-old Luis Perez getting the Guardians on the board, with Austin Duke handling the heavy lifting.
You can see only 3 guys rushing, and so your quarterback's going to have to try to find some lanes to throw a football with 8 guys in coverage, and he's trying to throw it in. Every receiver was in the end zone. You have to throw it short and hope that somebody can break a tackle, make a guy miss, and then get in the end zone.
First touchdown in 27 possessions for the Guardians.
Baby.
6:13 to go in the fourth quarter. BattleHawks covering with ease the 10.5. Keith Mumphrey back to receive for Jonathan Hayes' team. Rotation at quarterback for the Guardians after Matthew McGloin was injured on the first series, replaced by Marquise Williams. He was ineffective, just 6 of 14, and replaced by Luis Perez. Here's Mumphrey. After the 30, Perez is with Cole.
Luis, how do you sit around and watch 3.5 quarters of football, go out and look as comfortable as you did on that drive?
Yeah, I mean, you always got to stay ready because you never know when your time is called. So luckily my time was called, and I just executed the plays that coach called.
Did you really learn how to play quarterback by watching YouTube?
Partially, yes.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, kind of feel like we need to learn more about that.
He wasn't watching the same ones Tom watches on YouTube, though.
Probably not. A lot of funny cat videos out there.
Truck out.
And Artillery is in at tailback for St. Louis.
Alpha. Ready to go.
BattleHawks, the big guys out front leading the way, including Kent Perkins, former Texas Longhorn, and Ben Heaney in on the tackle for the Guardians.
And Chuck Long realizing that New York is going to clog up the middle. An athletic offensive line pulling around, getting big blocks. Reagan out there, Folkert's out there. That's the versatility of this offensive line. They can run up the middle and be physical, but also get out on the edge and block for the pitch.
They really do move well, Joey. Screens and then tracking balls down the field, RPOs. They do an excellent job second and third level.
That's Ben Heaney, Mike linebacker for the Guardians, out of Kansas. He was the best player on some bad teams, played for 3 different head coaches. Heaney, a 5th-round pick of the Raiders in 14.
Scud 3 tango. Scud 3 tango. Ready? No.
Scud will be a safety blitz by New York. And it'll be a check to find out where that safety is coming from, but this is definitely a pressure coming.
There it comes. Tiamu goes that direction, and he completes it to Alonzo Russell for a first down. Call from Jim Herman to Ben Heaney, and then he shares it with his D-line.
Plus one rat. Plus one rat. Plus one rat. Close left. Close left. Hey, gap. 56. All right, let's go. Monday. 180. What's up?
Michael finds 2. Great visit with Ben Heaney yesterday.
Black check with me. Black check with me. Black check with me. Fire zone.
Black check with me. Yeah.
Heaney was a great high school running back in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Close left. Black check with me.
Recruited to KU as an athlete.
Reno. Ready.
Found his home at Mike linebacker.
Monday. 180. What's up?
Heaney coming in for the tackle. And he got blocked out of there by big 76. Kent Perkins was able to get in the way. Heaney, coming through the combine after his year at Kansas, tested among the best in the combine when it came to middle linebackers in agility. And he says it's still his strength today.
I said Reno. I didn't check it. I said Reno. We're in Reno. Hey, here's what it was. They started and died. Yeah. They started and died.
The game clock to 3 minutes and 3:41 on the game clock.
Under one funnel. Under one funnel.
Base. Under one funnel. Under one funnel. Ready? Close left. Funnel, Frank. Easy. 56.
They're down 2.
Where are you at?
Was it 17?
Gap. Where? Hey, gap, right?
Let's go. Monday. 180. What's up?
And a St. Louis first down for Matt Jones.
.46 single. Ready? Frank, help me echo. Buffalo.
Away.
Plus one rat. Close right.
Let's go.
Plus one rat.
Hey, Z, bunch right.
Check that.
I'll even.
Close left.
Let's go. Get set.
Close left. Gap at 56.
Alpha.
Come back.
Go.
There's a lot going on. They fake the end around, go straight ahead again. We got timeout used by the Guardians.
Out of the half.
Then Heaney will catch his breath along with his defensive coordinator, Jim Herman. It's been worse for Heaney when he was at Kansas.
Listen to me. CJ, I'm going to go base here. I'm going to call 46 single. AJ, we're going to be in base. If they stay in 11, you have the wide receiver, bud. You got me? All right, I'm going to go base, Ben. I'm going to call 46 single. All right. AJ will be the guy taking the wide receiver. 46 single.
Tonight, 11 Eastern at ESPN. Stay tuned for SportsCenter with John Anderson and Michael Eaves. We'll have Celtics-Lakers reactions, plus an interview with Dwayne Wade and the lasting power of the Miracle on Ice in this week's SC feature. That's tonight on ESPN and the ESPN app. When Heaney was at Kansas, they allowed Samaje Perine of Oklahoma An NCAA Division I record 427 rushing yards in a single game.
Get set. Let's go.
As bad as today's been, he's been through worse.
Yeah, I'm sure Henny is not happy that that's what you brought up.
Got a lot of notes on him, most of them positive. They're going to run it with Tillery, and he loses 3.
This is the second and final charge timeout by New York, 30-second timeout.
They'll stop the clock before it can get to the 2-minute warning. Remember, it's a 2-score game in the XFL with 9 points available per touchdown.
And what we're seeing is the defensive linebacker, your play caller, is making as many checks and as many calls as the quarterback is making. He has to wait till the offense lines up, and then he has to tell his guys which side they're blitzing from, what covers they're running, and what the front is doing.
As crazy as it sounds, Joey, Guardians still in this game with 2:24 to play if they can get anything offensive.
Yeah, if they can get Perez and their offense a chance to get the ball back. They've had a chance to get in the red zone. They got to put in the end zone. They got one. They got to get more.
10 personnel. Be alert to the swap. It's 10 personnel. Be alert to it. I'm sending it to the back.
River, screen left.
Hey, 10 personnel. 10 personnel. Send it to the back.
River.
Close right. Close right.
Hey,
Roger. You're over there. You're over there.
3rd and 11.
180. What's up?
Go routes all over the place. Except for the check down to Tillery. And he picks up the St. Louis first down. All the way down to the 25 on a gain of 22.
You got the 2 minute. You got the 2 minute. Oh, you got the 2. Nick, you got the 2 minute.
Guardians didn't get the stop they needed. This will be the last time they can stop the clock. It'll come courtesy of the 2-minute warning.
This is the 2-minute warning.
26-9. St. Louis trying to hold on for a win in the return of professional football to the Gateway City. Once again this year, we'll have the coverage from the NFL Scouting Combine Thursday through next Sunday. NFL Live will be there all week on ESPN, plus special live coverage of the quarterbacks' workouts Thursday from 7 to 8 on ESPN, and the linebackers on Saturday from 5 to 6 on ABC. NFL Network have their usual full coverage all week. And speaking of coverage, if you took the over, you want this thing to cover by St. Louis poking it in. Came in 41, the over-under to start this game. Tamu flicks it out to Marcus Lucas, and he rumbles his way for a St. Louis first down.
Ruling on the field as the runner was down prior to losing the football. Result of the play is second down.
See exactly where the mark is. Looks like it's going to be just short, and we'll leave second and less than 1.
You know, okay.
From one tight end to another. Speaking of great tight ends, Hall of Famer Jackie Smith, former St. Louis football Cardinal, celebrating his 80th birthday today. Return to professional football here in St. Louis. Tillery, thrown for a loss by Ben Heaney.
What do you want?
You know you're a special O-lineman when you've got the speaker in your helmet, as Michael Miller does.
Yeah, and this is the biggest play.
St. Louis reporting is eligible, 64.
You're thinking over-under, this is the biggest play. You need New York to get a stop here, because you can't imagine St. Louis would go for it. They would rather kick a field goal in this situation.
Tillery stops short,
I would think.
And remember, as Rotimi comes up with a stop, how close Lucas was to picking up a first down.
MK, come here.
Uh-oh.
Let them start the clock. Let the clock run.
So field goal does nothing for you if you got the over.
And no. And that was your biggest play. You got that stop, forcing a field goal here. Well, now you got to root for St. Louis to get a stop. But as far as the over-under is concerned, getting a field goal on this drive is huge for your under.
36-yard attempt for Taylor Russolino. He's hit from 39 and 58 this afternoon.
Timeout. 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 Timeout.
First charge timeout by St. Louis.
Kevin Gilbride and this Guardians team looking for some leadership wherever they can find it.
Played your ass. When we gave you the ball, you made some plays. I may need you to be a leader here because there's guys that I thought were going to be better than we are at doing that are just not. So don't be surprised if I don't lean on you.
Okay, 26-year-old played at Arkansas and Cincinnati for his college ball. And Kevin Gilbride, the look says it all. Last week he had to pull his starting quarterback. This week he had to pull his starting center. Russolino. Got a wedding coming up in May. He's going to have a little bit more money to spend on the reception. The winning team every weekend in the XFL collects $100 grand, and Russolino has helped St. Louis to a 20-point lead.
All right, here we go. All right.
Jordan, it looks like you're bringing winning football back to the city of St. Louis. What does it mean to be a part of this revival?
It feels good, honestly, just being able to be in the dome, home crowd. The fans showed up, and it showed. And, if they show up, we're going to show up for them. And did a good job running the ball. Coach calling the plays, the O-line, defense, everybody stood up, even special teams. So happy for the win.
You told me you wanted to exploit some of their weaknesses on the edge in the run game. How did that lead to your success today?
Yeah, like I said in the beginning of the game, we watched a bunch of film on them. We thought the outsides were kind of weak, and I think we could run down their throats, and that's what we did today. Didn't get any passing touchdowns, but I'm excited for the run game that we had.
This was a pretty dominant win. What kind of statement did you guys make about St. Louis BattleHawks football?
St. Louis, we're here to play, and we're not going nowhere, so we're just taking it week by week and get a win underneath our belt. It's a good feeling again, so got to keep grinding and keep playing.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
BattleHawks have Seattle up next. Solid return by Justin Stockton. St. Louis is going to cover this thing easily to 10.5, but the under will be in play as the BattleHawks will stop short on their last possession. Guardians got to win week 1 against Tampa Bay with great special teams play and fantastic defensive opportunities. Pulled the quarterback week 2, pulled the center Ian Silverman here in week 3.
I think you've got all.
Luis Perez to close it out for the Guardians. Perez sacked again. BattleHawks defense active. That's Will Clark. 3rd round pick of the Bengals in 14 out of West Virginia. And that's the 3rd sack of the day for St. Louis.
That's what we need out of you every week.
That's Darius Victor with a gain of 8. And the Guardians will try to squeeze off one more play.
And if there's a positive ball for New York, especially in the second half, is they've run the ball pretty well. They haven't been able to finish drives, though, and get points on the board.
17-point second quarter for St. Louis is where this game turned. Complete. Clock will stop for 5 seconds, allowing the Guardians to get another one off. Maybe the only thing better.
8 seconds. Okay, so we'll go to 8 seconds, 25, and then the game clock starts when the play clock is at 20. The game clock is 8 seconds. It will start when the play clock hits 20 seconds.
Maybe the only thing better than the scene inside the dome today, Joey, was the scene outside. We saw Oliver Luck before the game, and he was out there taking pictures with tailgaters. Met a group that drove all the way down from Milwaukee to be here today. Tailgating tents went up early.
Inside and out, these fans have been terrific today. It's going to be interesting to see this team moving forward as they get another win.
First game in 1,529 days of professional football here in St. Louis, and a successful return to the Gateway City. Another win for Jonathan Hayes, Jordan Tiamu, and this St. Louis BattleHawks squad. And they improved their record to 2-1. Next Sunday, 7 Eastern, ESPN2 will be in Tampa for the Defenders and the Vipers. Coming up next, it's Sports Center. A dominating physical attack for the BattleHawks. They cover the 10.5. The under hits in a defensive-minded appearance. For Joey Galloway, Cole Kublik, and Molly McGrath, our fantastic ESPN crew, I'm Tom Hart. So long from St. Louis. Time for Sports Center.